Hi, so I'm Aurora Bowkett, and today I'm going to be taking you through active work on your hips. So we're going to be building towards straddle or box splits, but I'm going to be doing it in a way that will build strength around the flexibility rather than just a load of passive flexibility work. So we're going to be building up a burn in your outer hips, your glutes, your legs, and then you'll be able to actively hold your splits no matter what depth you go to the extreme or out. So I hope you enjoy it. So we're going to begin on our hands and knees. So I always like to warm the hips up doing some mobility exercises. So what I want you to do is we're going to begin by extending our right leg out and behind. From here, I want you to lift your right leg up nice and straight. So I want you to really take note. I'm drawing my ribs in, keeping my belly button engaged, so I'm not dipping and arching in my spine here. I want to stay nice and strong through my shoulders, my back, and my torso. From this position, I'm going to draw my heel in towards my bum, so I'm really engaging in my back leg. From here, really slowly, I'm going to start to open my hip up and out to the side. Almost like, I like to say, it's like a dog peeing against a lamppost. It's that type of image. Not the nicest image, but it's pretty much there. Drawing that knee in towards your tricep, and then taking that knee through and into nose before extending it back and towards the back wall. And we're going to do that again. Draw that heel in. The whole time stay super strong in your arms and in your belly. Opening that hip up to the side. Drawing the knee into the tricep. And then taking it into nose before extending it back. We're going to do this once more. Draw the heel up and in. Open that knee out to the side. Draw that leg into the tricep. If you want here, you can also extend that leg out. Hold before drawing the knee up into the nose. And then from here, we're going to take this foot, thread it around the left leg, and we're just going to sit back and just rock from side to side in this Gomukhasana child's variation here. Releasing down, working into the hips. Inhale, rolling forward and threading the foot and placing it next to the left. And we're going to do the same on the left hand side. So we're going to extend that left leg back. Get nice and strong in the arms. Push up through the shoulders, engage through the belly and the ribs. And draw that heel up towards the sky. Squeeze into the glute. And then slowly begin to open that leg up and out. From here, we're going to draw that knee through. Touch the tricep. Bring the knee to the nose. And then push it back. And we're going to do that again. Draw that heel in. Open that knee out. So move really slow here. The slower you move, the harder it is. Draw that knee in. And then extend it back. Last time, take that heel up towards the glute. Open out. From here, draw that knee up and into the tricep. And if you want, from here you can extend that leg again. Holding here. And then take that knee through and into the nose. And then just sweep it round onto the outside of that right leg. And start to work your way back. Releasing forward and into this child's pose. So it doesn't matter if the bum is up here. All you're really thinking about is trying to get a nice stretch down the outside of the thigh and the upper glute. Just releasing. Taking a few moments here. From here, inhale, begin to roll forward. Unravel those legs, plant through the hands, tuck the toes, And from here, pulling the belly button up, we're just going to hover the knees off the floor, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then pushing back into a crouch position before extending our pelvis up towards the sky, working into our downward facing dog. Breathing here. From this position, begin to extend that right leg up towards the sky. And then exhale. Begin to take the knee forward as we allow our right foot to pass our left. From here, I want you to take the outside of that right foot and hook it over the top of that left knee. From this position, we're going to begin to spiral on the left foot and start to sink that bum down and towards the floor. So we're just moving into this figure 4 position here, using our right arm to support ourselves. So we're not collapsing in this arm, we're staying nice and strong. And we're just working here into our right hip. If you want a little bit of added fun, you can take that left arm up and over, moving into a nice back plank here, lifting the pelvis, and then continue that circle, spiraling up and round and back into our figure 4 down dog. From here, take that right foot, scooch it forward, so really squeeze it up and into the body before dropping it onto the outside of that right hand. From here, we're going to work into some lizard holds. Now we have lots of different variations for these. So the first one is just lower that back leg and we're just going to hold here, okay? If you can really feel this in your hip flexor, just breathe into this position and try and work the chest nice and slowly down towards the floor. If you can get your forearms down on the floor as well, this is also another option. Just slowly starting to release forward, relaxing the back neck. If you'd like, you can also tuck the toes and extend that back leg and do the same thing here. So really pull up through that back quad or the back front of the thigh and start to work your elbows nice and low until they're flat onto the floor. And just holding this position, squeezing the inner thighs together, but just opening up into the hips and the hip flexors. If this is nice and easy, you can also work to try and get your right shoulder through and under your leg. And then from here, maybe reaching that right arm up and around and taking a little bind here. Again, working more actively in the legs to support, but also working into that hip flexibility and mobility. One more breath here before planting, releasing out, trying not to fall over, it's always helpful. Planting those hands down. From here, we're going to spiral onto the outside of the right foot, and we're just going to start to open the right hip out. So here again, it's important to stay nice and strong into the left arm. We don't want to be collapsing here, okay? This is our foundation into the floor. So stay nice and strong through this arm, and then just push away into that knee, trying to open up through the right leg into the hip. One more breath here. And then swiveling that foot back, we're going to turn onto the outside of the left leg, and we're going to start to reach our hands at a 45-degree angle here. And we're just going to release the bum down, trying to lower, working into this left hip, into the left opening here, and the compression into the right. Breathing. Planting the hands, and slowly start to swivel around and move down into a nice side lunge skandasana. If you can't get your foot flat on the floor, you can lift up onto the toe, but what I would recommend, keep the foot flat and just lift the bum a little bit higher. It works more actively in the legs, and it stops any cramping or any tension being built into the calf. From here, we're just gonna work through from a Skandasana, and we're gonna do a couple of flows where we just move from here, plant the left hand down, spiral onto the outside of the left foot, and open up into this side plank variation. And then from here, we're just gonna spiral back again and move into our side lunge. If you want an added core work, you can sit the bum down and then lift back up before planting down and opening and then lowering down and sitting. And the last time, lifting back up, planting that hand. Here you can even take that leg through, move into a full side plank before slowly moving that leg back down and spiraling all the way around and into your Skandasana. From here, I want you to inhale, lift, and lower it down. We're going to do that 3 more times. Lift, and lower it down. Lift, lower it down. 1 more time. Lifting up, hold, and then sink all the way down this time. So from here, take this right leg, have the foot facing forward so it's slightly more comfortable on that right hip. We're going to hold on to the right ankle with our left hand, and from here we're going to take our right arm, reach it up and overhead towards our left foot, working to grab hold of this left foot and open our chest up and towards the sky. Now, obviously that isn't always accessible for everyone, so no matter where you are, it doesn't matter. What I tend to use the back of my left arm against my left leg, and I just reach and open. Okay, so wherever you are, hold here, whether you're at a 45-degree angle or whether you're completely flat, working into that left hamstring and opening up through that right hip. We're just going to hold here. Breathing into the space. You can even try and get that left shoulder onto the inside of that left leg. Feeling this lovely lat stretch all the way down the side body. And then slowly from here, we're just going to spiral back up. From this position, work your right hand around, shift back and step back into our plank position. From here, pushing back and into your downward facing dog, and just working out the feet, working out the legs. And I always like at this point, before we go on to the left side, just to feel the difference between my 2 legs right now. So my right leg is definitely feeling more open and a little bit more worked, I'm going to be honest. So it's nice just to see at this point the difference between the 2 sides. From here, inhale, we're going to lift up that left leg towards the sky. Exhale, drawing the knee down, and again taking that left foot past the right leg if you can, and just hook the outside over or just above your right knee. From here, I want you to swivel onto the inside of that right foot and begin to sit the bum down and towards the floor. Again, moving into this lovely figure 4 stretch. So just begin to open up through the hip, working it backwards and forwards. And again, if you want a little bit of added fun, it's always fun, you can take that right arm out to the side and lift up into this lovely back plank. You might get a nice hip click, like I just did. It's my favorite part of every stretch. And then spiral the left arm up and around, working back and into your downward dog with this figure 4 active stretch here. From here, inhale, take this left leg, roll yourself forward over your hands and draw that left foot down and onto the outside of your left hand. From here, we're going to move through into the lizard variations. So whichever variation you took on your right hand side, I always try and recommend you do the same thing on your left. If you can't match it, it doesn't matter at all, but try and aim. Try and aim to get to the same level on both sides so you're nice and equal in your body. So from here, working through wherever you are, with the knee down or raised, working to get the forearms down and into the floor, or if you can, trying to take that shoulder through and under the leg, reaching that arm up and around, and maybe working to take a bind here. And just breathing into this pose. Squeezing the inner thighs together for some stability. If you're balancing, a few more breaths. And then releasing, placing the hands down. And from here, we're just going to begin to come onto the outside of this left foot. Shift the weight nice and firmly into the right hand. And we're going to start to just stretch and open up into that left hip. So just working it down. One more breath here. And then from here, planting back down, taking this foot to face the front. We're going to spiral around, planting through the left leg and reaching the hands to a 45-degree angle. And then slowly beginning to raise up and lowering down and into your Skandasana or your side lunge. From here, we're going to take those lovely little flows around. So we're just going to spiral up, plant the hand, and go through and into your side lunge. Working into the outer thigh of that left leg here. Coming down into your Skandasana, lowering if you need, and then lifting up for that added core challenge. Spiraling around, and then moving again. Nice and controlled. Lowering down, lifting up, and again, if you want, from here you can also take it into the full side plank, opening up, and then with control, really try and take this foot nice and slow to the front before spiraling around and resting here into your Skandasana before raising up and down, up and down. Two more, up and down. Last one, hold, and then sinking all the way down and onto the floor. So again, we're going to take the left foot here, taking hold of the ankle with our right hand, and from here, using the back of the right arm against the inner thigh of the right leg, we're going to begin to stretch that left arm up and over, aiming to take hold of the left hand to the right foot, and just working in to the hamstring, the inner thigh of that right leg. And also try and keep this left knee opening out, so don't allow it to roll in. You want to be actively working it in the opposite direction. As we work through the side body here, just breathing. And then slowly begin to raise back up, planting the left hand down, spiraling up and around and stepping back and into our plank position. From here, take the right foot and I want you to place it in between the hands. From here, turn it to a 45-degree angle to your left-hand side and start to work your way around. So you're now facing the front.